You can find some amazing outfits in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and they have perks as well and can be upgraded. I got more new gameplay info, but let's start with a tip. Like, stealing is kind of broken in this game. I totally respect the people that want to roleplay as a good guy Basim, but then you're missing out on some valuable items. 10 minutes into Mirage, you will have to pickpocket your first merchant for the main story as a young Basim, who's still a street thief operating in Anbar, the town he grew up in. And then later in Baghdad, as a hidden one, you will see the pickpocket prompt often and can choose to steal from people. Like, sometimes you will find a ton of NPCs close to each other, and then in a few seconds you've taken all their stuff. This can include straight up money, so dirham, and you can, by the way, use the thief's sense to see which NPC you can steal from, because they will highlight their pouch. Walk up to them and then bam, you can get their items, which can also include elixirs. Like, the health system works similar to Valhalla and the older titles, where you do not regenerate health over time, but instead have to drink these potions to get health back. Food is also still in this game. You can, for example, eat berries from plants in the world to get some health back, and you can buy these elixirs at vendors, but it's of course nicer to get them for free by stealing. You can also get a ton of tokens through the pickpocket quick time event. There are 3 types that all serve different purposes. So the power tokens can be used to bribe mercenaries, so they will attack nearby guards and cause a distraction. Pretty helpful, as it let me just assassinate this brute as I was not in combat yet. But Andy reloads in his footage, and of course a link to him in the video description. He had the mercenaries clear out a ton of enemies, so he could just walk into a camp without an issue. The scholar tokens that I also found while stealing can be used to bribe musicians, for example, that will then start playing and lure a lot of nearby guards towards them. Like, the range is pretty significant. Again, Andy was able to try this. And with these tokens you can also go to the cartographer and then reveal the locations of gear chests, lost books and enigmas in the different districts or the wilderness. I don't think we have footage of a lost book yet, but there will be a librarian who will ask you to find these books that actually existed for real in the world at that time as well. Gear chests are of course obvious, more on that in a moment, but I'm not 100% sure what these enigmas are. Of course, your input is more than welcome in the comments, but we of course did have enigmas in Unity that would lead to a very cool outfit, so maybe it's something similar in Mirage. And then the final of the 3 tokens is the merchant token that can be used to open special chests that contain more loot. You can spend these to decrease the prices at vendor, which I think is totally something you want to do as soon as possible. And I could also use it to bribe NPCs into giving me information that was needed to get to an order target. And we should also be able to use the other tokens in this kind of way. So overall, really handy to have these tokens on hand, and while you can get them from chests, contracts from the bounty board, stealing really seems like the fastest way to get a ton of them. It also made me able to get an amazing outfit that I don't think a lot of other people got during the same hands-on. So I want to go over that and way more. Of course, if you are hyped for Assassin's Creed Mirage, then leaving a like would really show your support. And subscribe to not miss any future Mirage videos. But first, the sponsor of this video, Gloomhaven, the tactical RPG where you have to create your own team. You can choose out of 17 playable one-of-a-kind mercenaries. They all have their own abilities. There are 1,000 unique abilities to master in this game. Like, if you ever played Gloomhaven, Isaac Childress board game, then you know that it's absolutely massive. And it's a faithful recreation of that, with, in this game, also 95 story and event missions. The Guildmaster campaign is included with over 160 missions and completely new storylines for each mercenary, and you can play the game completely solo or in co-op online. And the scores don't lie, the game is now out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. So totally check it out via the special link in the video description. And there's also a gold edition with more unique mercenaries and a ton of other content. Like, there's really a lot here. So thanks to Twin Sales Interactive for sponsoring the video. And now let's get back into it. So that is the Far East Merchant costume that is for sale at any vendor in Baghdad. The sad part is though that every shop sells the same thing, just like in Valhalla. So this is the only outfit that we can buy with in-game money. It costs 500 coins normally, but with the 10% discount thanks to the merchant token, it's now 450. And you can again reduce this even more if you spend more of these tokens. Still, 450 is quite quite a lot, but again, with stealing, it can go quickly, as you will mostly get trinkets that you can then sell at any shop for a ton of coins. And also worth noting is that you can turn off this quick time event minigame, just like the advanced assassination from Valhalla, so they can probably just instantly loot all the NPCs that you can steal from. But yeah, going back to this Far East merchant costume that you can equip in the dedicated costume slot, and during a recent stream, JV showed this in action, including another costume we can expect in the game called Master Assassin costume. Pretty awesome, and gave Basim a more upgraded assassin look, so you get this from reaching the Master Assassin rank. There are 6 ranks in the game that you see right here, and during the demo I gained a new rank after taking out an order target as part of the main mission. So I would imagine that after taking out all the order targets in the game, you get the Master Assassin costume. And maybe you already noticed the blue message when hovering over a costume. Equipping a costume will override the appearance of your outfit while retaining its perks. So you of course also have the outfit slot, and outfits have perks, while costumes are only cosmetic. But the moment you equip a costume, you will see that look and not that of the outfit. So an outfit you will get very early on is the Initiate of Alamut outfit, with the perk that enemies hear 50% less noise emitted by Basim during assassinations, and this can go up to 75% and even to 100% when fully upgrading the outfit at a tailor, but more on that in a moment. Also exclusive to outfits is that you can dye them, and I really liked running around in the orange variant of the Alamut outfit, and you can actually buy more dyes at vendors if you want. Now, one way to get new outfits is from gear chests, so you can buy maps from cartographers to like find them, or just like look around in Baghdad and they will spot them. So I had to infiltrate this house and found the Abbasid Knight outfit that also looks completely different. I think it's pretty cool, and because again it's an outfit, it has different colors that I sadly could not try yet, and also a perk. Basim regenerates 1% health every 2 seconds, while unseen up to 50% of the maximum health. So the perfect outfit for if you're going into combat, want to hide, regen health and get back into the fight, or just when walking around between encounters, as again there is normally no health regen. And upgrading the armor actually increased the amount of health you get per 2 seconds to 2%, and then the final upgrade to 3%. But you will need materials to get these upgrades. So you first have to find a tailor in the world and then bring steel ingots and leather that you get from contracts that you can pick up at bounty boards in Hidden Ones bureaus. You can buy them at vendors, and you can also get them from chests, with in particular those lock chests that require merchant tokens, giving you a lot extra. So it's totally worth opening them when you see them, which again makes stealing even more handy, so you always have these tokens on hand. Now, next to the resources, you also need a schematic in order to upgrade an item, so a piece of paper, and I actually found one in another gear chest I looted. Now, it is overall good to know how these gear chests work. So for one, you cannot find costumes in these gear chests, only outfits. The costumes are more rewards for doing certain activities or reaching certain milestones, and you also get them from some missions where you will actually have to wear them to disguise yourself. The trinkets that are also only cosmetic and look pretty cool cannot appear in gear chests either, but I could buy them from vendors, and they should also be found elsewhere in the world. Now, gear chests can only contain weapons, outfits and upgrade schematics, but what is interesting is that I found this Abbasid Knight outfit in a different location than JV. So where in Valhalla I could say, hey, go here to get this weapon or outfit, it does not seem to work like that in Mirage, although that might of course change in the launch version, although that seems like a pretty big thing to do last minute. My theory now is that it has to do with the district. There were 6 gear chests in Kach, and the first gear chest that both JV and I found while in different locations did both have the cool warrior outfit. So I think the first gear chest always gives you that outfit, then the second gear chest you open in Kach gives you the schematic, then the third one will give you something else, etc. Now of course course, if you saw other gameplay where the exact same gear chest or like different ones were opened, let me know in the comments or reach out via social media, JorRaptor. Like, I'm curious, maybe we can figure this out together. Now, I was able to interview the creative director and he noted that it is possible to find an upgrade schematic for an item before getting that actual item. But that is probably because some schematics are guaranteed rewards for optional content, like one of the contracts we were able to do gives you the same upgrade schematic even if you don't have the weapon yet. We'll talk more about the weapons and other exclusive info I have, so subscribe to not miss any future Mirage videos. Like, I got a ton pre-launch and of course around launch. It's gonna be great. And check out my previous video if you haven't already with my impressions after playing Mirage for 4 hours. So check it out by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon and goodbye.